first two you guys said was like, ready, fire, aim. I don't know if all three of you, but you two said it, Josh and Simon. Talk a little bit more about that. I think it's important for people to understand that concept a little bit deeper, because it's a great one-liner, ready, fire, aim. But what does it really mean to the person that's getting into this program? Like, where is the places you see people don't do ready, fire, aim? They're like, ready, okay, now I'm going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are those spots that people are going to get hung up on that we can get them unhung up on right now?
Technical.
Yeah.
Everybody gets hung up on the technical. They
like what specifically?
Niche selection, for example.
Yeah, absolutely.
They want to pick the perfect niche so that they, put together the perfect lead gen site so they get a $2,000 a month lead gen client.
What's your advice then?
Just pick a fucking niche and learn the fucking process. Because that first niche should be your test niche anyway, to learn the process on. Because if you're serious, it's going to be the first one of many anyway. I don't know one person in this group that just has one niche.
Right.
So again, like getting stuck in the weeds, I call it, like on the unimportant little details that don't matter. It's because at the end of the week, you got to ask yourself, what did you do? What did you accomplish? At the end of the day, what did you accomplish?
Right.
And thinking or considering I'm mulling around all this bullshit, that's not getting shit done.
Yeah. So we're only talking about a few bucks for these lead gen sites, right?
Right.
Even if it doesn't turn out into cash flow, right? I have really high success rate on my sites, but even the cost, let's say you lose out on some money on some lead gen sites, what you learned from that process of just doing it is actually worth the cost of that site.
For 1 million zillion %. I'm glad you said that, because to me, it's always like this. It's like, you want to learn how to box. You don't just take a boxing coach and just box and you shadow box. You get in the ring and you get your nose bloodied a little bit, because when you get your nose bloodied, you learn like, well, first of all, that's how I take a punch, and man, I really don't want to take a punch like that. So I'm going to learn to step out of the way next time and whatever, and slip. And I think a lot of people, they get hung up on niche selection because they're like, oh man, what if it's wrong, or what if it doesn't work? But you hit the nail on the head. What you learn from getting punched in the nose and missing one. And by the way, guys, I taught the freaking course and I still screw up on niche selection. I still make mistakes. I still don't have 100% or 1,000% batting average. I don't need to be in the Hall of Fame though and bat 1,000%.
Right.
I just don't.
Yeah.
I can kill it. I can have 80% of my lead gens fail because I made missteps, or I didn't read the market right, or whatever. Yeah. And just 20% of them hitting, when I have enough of those out in the marketplace, it's game over.
Right. Well, Shiv had that Excel spreadsheet where, it showed that even at 30% success rate, you still get an ROI from this business.
Big ROI.
200% ROI over a course of a year. Even at 10% success rate, that means you build 10 and only one hit. I think you'd have to really try to suck that bad.
And that was outsourcing all of it too,
outsourcing everything. So the most costly way to do it, right? But even at 10% success rate, Shiv can show you that you still get 30% ROI over the course of a year. So even the money that you spend and some of those sites not hitting, every penny that you spend on that process, it's actually going to teach you something that's going to be well worth that investment of that site.
Yeah, I talk about the rhythm of the business a lot. I've said it for years and years and years. Like, you can't teach someone the rhythm of, you get in the ring or you fight or whatever. You only learn it by doing it over and over and over again. Yeah. There's a certain rhythm that's going to come to every single one of you guys that's watching this live stream right now by just doing it over and over and over again. You think about anything you've ever done in your life. You weren't great at it the first time. You probably weren't great at it the 10th time. And you maybe were okay at it the 100th time, right? But we look at this business. We want to make pro athlete money, but we want to do fucking kindergarten work on the basketball court. Or in the boxing ring. When LeBron James and Kobe Bryant are showing up at the gym at 4 a.m, shooting 10,000 shots every single day, and we want to make their money, we better show up like they show up, right?
Right.
Same thing, look at Michael Jackson. That dude was such a perfectionist. Over and over he would rehearse, and if it wasn't perfect, he'd do it again. And you wonder why. You look at him, you're like, that dude, I don't know what it was about him. I don't know what the beats, the freaking moves, everything about it. The guy rehearsed it so many times. We get in here, we do it once or twice. Oh, I lost a little bit of money. Yeah. Dude, you learned a lot though if you look at it the right way. And it's having that, it comes back to that mindset of not having a poor mindset, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me keep moving here. Anything you guys want to add on that while I'm looking for the next question?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is with action, I feel so good as long as I'm taking action at the end of the day, whether I win or lose. I just feel so much better about myself for trying, right? To where I can build on that the next day and continue to take that action after I took that first step. But if I just sit around and I'm like, you know, I guess I call it tweaking out is what I tell Calvin all the time. I said, stop tweaking out. But if I'm tweaking out, then I feel like shit at the end of the day. I feel like I didn't do anything, right? And so the next day, it just starts compiling on me. So you really just have to take that first step, get that action, and feel good about it to continue to put it out there.